All right, so I want to do a video on the misconception of California street gangs. And a lot of people are not familiar with California street gangs who do not live in California. My first time going to California, I was 7 years old. And so I've been around California street gangs off and on my whole life. And I'm from Michigan. And being how I look, I'm mixed. I'm mulatto, black and white. But being how I look, I got more involved with individuals who were a part of Hispanic street gangs, and so it doesn't look right. You know, Los Angeles is the type of city where you can end up dead. If you're black and you end up in a Hispanic neighborhood, you can end up dead. If you're Hispanic and you end up in a black neighborhood, you can end up dead. And so because of how I look, it did because of how I look, it never made sense for me to be in a gang of predominantly dark-skinned African American males, but at the same time, I'm mixed. I'm mulatto. I'm African American, so I hang around African American people, which are my family. But I grew up hanging around a lot of Hispanic people, which are also my family. And I'm at this point I'm 34 years old, and I've been a researcher for multiple years. I haven't been involved in anything illegal in many years, and I don't promote anything illegal or anything violent. But I wanted to share with people, uh, like, this is my perception. I want to start off with this. Like, uh, the thing about 18th Street, when you look at 18th Street graffiti, you don't see a 13 in it. You don't see Sueños in 18th Street graffiti. 18th Street graffiti is an independent organization, meaning 18th Street is an organization that has many different cliques, but it's its own gang. 18th Street is the only Hispanic gang in Southern California, other than the Maravilla. I don't know if I can pronounce it right. El La Jolla Maravilla gang, which are called the Green Light Gangsters. They don't put 13 in their graffiti. They don't align themselves with 13, but they're old school East Los Hispanic gangsters. And 18th Street is West Los old school Hispanic gangsters, but they don't put predominantly Hispanic, but there's a lot of white and black and other races involved. But they don't use 13 in their graffiti. 18th Street uses just 18th Street, and 18th Street isn't. A lot of people out of state, they think, oh, 18th Street is like 13th Street. That's not true, and it's kind of funny because I respect the Mexican mafia. I respect the Black Guerrilla family. I respect all the different groups, Asians, everybody, even the white racist groups like the Nazi low right. I respect everybody if they're honest with me, I'm honest with them, and so, but with the Chicano Hispanic community, you have just 18th Street, and there's no 13 in it. Like, it's its own thing. And so in Pelican Bay, people get together and do hunger strikes. And I'm trying to think, like, I'm a little bit tired. I'm trying to think. In Pelican Bay, people do hunger strikes. And a lot of people who spend a criminal career harming people of a different street organization or of a different race or whatever, ultimately they come into Pelican Bay and they do hunger strikes together. And the people who formerly they felt were their enemies become their friends in a way, and they do strikes together and they talk together, and so it's an interesting thing. And I think the interesting thing would be if all of those different people were able to create a situation to where they wouldn't have violence, or even on the streets, if there was a cease violence. That's a possible thing. That's very possible. And I just want to put that knowledge out there, that information out there.